Hey, how's everybody doing? This is a fine Tuesday morning, and I'll get this out hopefully within a couple days. I'm getting a little caught up on the ones I've made. Thank you for getting me to the 25 subscribers. We are way over that. We could still use some more subscribers. Appreciate it. The new goal is 15 hashtag Dark Brandon Rises. As soon as we get that, I will go ahead and make a new splash screen, set a new goal. I might do a new one in October. I honestly thought this would be an easy one to get. I was kind of regretting doing it because I thought I'd have to make a new splash screen. And the topic for this one, um, there is usually I use real news. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like your network news and that. But there is an internet podcast or YouTube video or whatever, and I watch it. I like it. It's called Midas Touch, and I wish I could see more of this. As I see these, unless they become more prolific, as I see these videos about the efforts of Wisconsin to overthrow Biden's election, I will probably jump at any credible one I see because I really think there needs to be more press on that. I will do my best to put a link, but the guy's name is Midas Touch, Meidas Touch, and I really recommend you go check out his channel because he is way better at this than me. But I really want to showcase anything that shows Wisconsin's involvement. I believe criminal involvement in the attempt to overthrow the election. And let's go ahead and cue that up.
I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network, and this is a breaking news alert. Things are heating up with the January 6th committee again, and we are just learning that over this past weekend, the January 6th committee subpoenaed the Wisconsin House Speaker, Republican Robin Vos. We have the letter that was sent by the January 6th committee to Robin Vos over the weekend. And what the January 6th committee is looking into specifically is this past July, Robin Vos gave an interview with a local TV network who was asking Robin about when was the last time he had a conversation with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump started using his social media platform to mock and berate Robin Vos. So Robin was asked by this interviewer, when was the last time you spoke to him? And it turned out that Robin said well, we actually spoke last week. Well, what did you speak about, Robin? And Robin said, well, he called me and wanted me to overturn the results in Wisconsin of the 2020 election. By the way, this was in July of 2022 when this conversation took place. So first, let me play the clip of this interview. We previously played this on the Midas Touch Network, but for those who forgot about this, this is Robin Vos, the Wisconsin Speaker of the House, Republican, speaking with a local journalist about Donald Trump's call with him in July of 2022. Here, play the clip.
It went to an ad and I caught it in time. I just want to take, since I had to stop anyways, I want to take this moment. This guy here on the right, that's Voss. He hired this guy named Gableman, who was a former Supreme Court judge in Wisconsin. And this guy here, and he mentioned it earlier. He mentioned that they either that or when I was watching the video, he mentioned it. Gableman, who he hired, pulled a cyber ninja where he did this stuff. There is public record, there's sunshine laws, whatever they're called. There's sunshine laws in Wisconsin, in which case he has to turn over all his work product for public review. So there were local journalists and activist groups that wanted his records. And eventually, Voss and Gableman got pulled in for contempt of court. And I think he weaseled out of it. But Gableman was actually found in contempt of court because he would not turn these things over. And I think, like most of these Republicans, Gableman and now Voss, they think that because they're Republicans, that they are immune from being held accountable for their criminal actions, would be my opinion of it. Because Gableman was just fucking around. I think there were two different courts that ordered him to turn that shit over. He just ignored them. He got found in contempt. He ignored it. And then I believe it was the day after the DOJ started arresting Trump's people. I can't remember if it was Eastman or the other guy, but it was right after they yanked him. Like it was either after they yanked that guy out of his house in his underwear, or after they pulled the other that professor over and seized his phones. But it was right, and it might have been right after they arrested Navarro. But as soon, like right after that happened, well, then Gableman came forward and he said that, oh, well, I destroyed all those records. I never kept them. I don't have anything. And this is a guy, and in Wisconsin, they had some left wing activists that set a cop car on fire or something like that. Now, these guys were left leaning, they were not right leaning. So, they had to go to trial. They had to go face a judge for their criminal actions. And the thing that sticks with me on this is the judge looked at him and said, "You guys are lawyers. You should have a better idea of what you were doing was wrong than the average person who doesn't have a law degree, did not go to law school." And I would say the same thing applies to like him and Gableman. You know, Gableman should probably spend more time in jail for his contempt of court and the criminal act of destroying those records. There might not be any criminal penalty. I'm not a lawyer, but it seems to me that as a former Supreme Court judge, he should have a better idea of what the law is and the fact that you have to follow it. There should be a higher standard for him than there was for those left leaning activists who are lawyers. This guy's a fucking judge. And I also think, and again, this is never going to happen, but I also think that they should take a look at every case he ruled on as a Supreme Court judge, and if that thing was basically won by a one vote decision, they should overturn it because this guy's judgment cannot be trusted. I mean, he's just a criminal piece of shit. So whenever I see these videos, like, and thank you, Midas Touch, for doing it. Seriously, thank you. Whenever I see people that are better than me covering this story, I want to do a shout out to it if I can, because what is going on is horrible. And I tell you, the DOJ and the January 6th committee, they should not just be wanting to talk to him about that Trump phone call. They should be wanting to talk to him about hiring Gableman, his intent to overthrow a lawful election. They should be wanting to talk to Ron Johnson about his chief of staff or his staff member trying to get permission for him to take fucking fraudulent documents, fake electors to the vice president. This is something they should be getting hauled in an. I mean, my God, Hillary Clinton, they made up some shit about her, and she had to go and testify for like 18 hours for like 13 to 18 different investigations that the Republicans did. These guys should be forced to come in. They should absolutely, and this January 6th thing, fuck it. If he doesn't want to come in, he's going to court. They should send the fucking Capitol Police with a warrant. They should arrest his fucking worthless ass and they should throw it in the fucking congressional jails like they used to. If you go back and look at the Nixon administration during Watergate, Congress was letting the Nixon administration, and I don't know who they were talking to, but they were talking to someone and they said, well, yeah, we're going to need these people to come in and answer some questions. And it's like these modern day Republicans. The guy at the Nixon White House, well, what are you going to do if we don't send him? And they told him, they go, well, we're going to send the police to his house. We're going to fucking arrest him and we're going to throw him in our jail cell until he fucking complies with our request. And guess what? That dude showed up. That guy showed up. And that's what they should be doing to this guy. If they suspect maybe that he's going to be held accountable, then that I would approve as, a tactic. Maybe don't do that and give him immunity. But if they just want answers from this guy, they should fucking pick him up and stuff him in a jail cell and tell him, hey, if you want to go back and run for your position, you better answer our fucking questions because we're not playing with you fucking shitbags. And they should do it to Ron Johnson too. They should get him in there and they should let the public see that they've got people on the ticket that are criminal pieces of shit that will not answer fucking questions like Hillary, like the Democrats. I mean, Bill Clinton, this was a guy that was in office as president, and he had to fucking go and give blood. He had to fucking answer questions. You had these home wreckers, and again, when this thing came up, I want to be clear. I honestly thought, hey, these seem like legitimate, accusations by these women. He should probably have to answer these questions. But it turns out it was just a bunch of thirsty home wreckers. They knew he was married. They fucked him. And then when he didn't leave his wife for him, they were all upset because that one, I think it's the one that was Hillary's hairdresser. It came out, I think, when Hillary was running that she'd actually gotten pregnant. when Donald Trump fucked, or not Donald Trump, Bill Clinton. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But no, she actually got pregnant when she fucked Bill Clinton. And then they asked her because they go, what did you expect when you went and told him? And she admitted, she goes, well, I thought he was going to leave her for me, and then she got an abortion. And it was just a bunch of desperate women who, when things didn't go their way, then they filed a lawsuit. They wanted to ruin his life. They wanted some money. And he had to fucking sit for that shit. He absolutely had to sit for that. And it was all civil. There was no way to, go after him for criminal. It was all civil. And these guys should have to sit for criminal things. They should absolutely, doesn't matter what the criminal thing is, they should have to go and sit for it. They should have to go and answer Congress's questions. And I don't know, but please go and check out Midas Touch. He did a really good video on this, but this shit is long overdue. It is long overdue. Leave all your comments down below. I really want to thank everybody for the attention these videos I'm getting. I really appreciate it. And thank you. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Peace out, and I hope everybody has a great day.